Our final speaker has been part of Challenge Walk for 5 years as captain of Feet to Defeat MS. Please welcome Kathy Smith. Wow. Hello, Cape Cod Challenge Walk. My name is Kathy Smith. This is my This is my 5th year walking, and this event has come to mean so much to me. I'm so humbled to be talking to you tonight. At my first challenge walk, I sat in the back of the room, so beware, on this same night, listening to one of you. And I said to myself and to my husband, I would never be able to do that. It's just way too emotional. Well, I'd like to tell you a bit about the lessons that I've learned from having MS. Those lessons are about doing things together, choosing our response to what happens to us in life, taking action, and gratitude. This is my story. I was diagnosed with MS 10 years ago, 1 year after my first attack. I was 44 years old. It started out unremarkable. I had been at a spin class the night before, and I had a really bad cold. When I woke up the next day and my legs felt kind of weak and tired, I didn't think much about it. And over the next few days, things began to get scary. My left leg had increasing tingling, burning, and was very sensitive to touch. My right leg grew weaker and weaker, and as the days passed, I was losing the ability to lift or move my right leg. By the 5th day, both legs had got progressively worse. An initial visit to my GP started the process of elimination. Tests to rule out a trapped nerve, a stroke, a few other possibilities. The first mention of MS, The first mention of MS came as I lay on a gurney outside the MRI suite, and the attending neurologist casually dropped the bombshell that it might be MS. I was pretty devastated. There I was, lying by myself in a dark hospital corridor. I couldn't really walk, and I wasn't sure if that was permanent. And he swooped in and out as if he was delivering the news that I had strep throat. My mind started racing, trying to remember what I knew about MS, which wasn't very much in those days. And I didn't like what I remembered. I was afraid. My mind was working on all kinds of possible scenarios. I received IV steroids, a short stay in hospital, and a diagnosis of transverse myelitis, possible MS. 1 year later, I had a very similar attack, and an MRI confirmed that it was indeed MS. Like most people, I did not see this coming. I felt as though I was a healthy person, I exercised, I ate right, tried to live well, and I couldn't believe that this was happening to me. I was in shock, but I was fortunate by then, after a year between attacks, I had found a good neurologist who started me on a treatment which I've been taking for the last 10 years. I didn't respond very well in the beginning. It took me a very long time to tell anyone. We're talking years. Andrew, my husband over here, was definitely my rock during that time. He absorbed a lot of my emotions, my ups and downs and uncertainty as we came to grips with this together. I didn't tell my parents, as they had just learned that my brother had been diagnosed with cancer, and I didn't want to worry them. I didn't tell our kids. How stupid is that? I didn't tell my friends, and I didn't tell my coworkers. I was really afraid that people would treat me differently, and I worried that my career in the corporate world would be over. In retrospect, I think it was a huge mistake to keep such a big secret for such a long time. Andrew was the one who finally gave me the push that I needed. He told me that it was too large a burden to carry alone. I should tell people, and he was right. As I started to tell those closest to me about what was happening, I realized that they wanted to help and support me. They had friends, they had other loved ones with MS. They opened up to me about their own struggles, and we had some of the most important conversations that we've ever had. I had been through the phases of grief, mourning the life that I thought that I would have. Denial and isolation, oh yes, big time. Anger, you bet. Sadness and self-pity, and then gradual acceptance, followed by a big declaration. MS is not going to beat me. I had taken a long time to realize that it's better to gang up on the problem than face it alone. I knew then that I wanted to help others who were not so fortunate. I had chosen to stay in denial for a really long time, and now it was time for action and to begin to give back. So I stuck my toe in the water, found my local chapter of the National MS Society, and started volunteering. First locally in Connecticut as a research and legislative advocate and volunteer. I've also had the amazing good fortune to be able to use my professional skills and experience working with the research team of the MS Society. My personal and professional lives have merged, and I feel truly blessed to be able to use my time and energy to putting an end to MS, and I will continue for as long as I can. As always in life, we get to choose our response to what life throws at us. Yes, it is a choice. We don't get to choose what happens to us. No one asks to get MS. But we do get to choose whether we'll make lemonade from those lemons, whether we'll be a survivor or a victim, whether we'll find the silver lining in that cloud. Don't get me wrong, I have my fair share of days when I get depressed or mad at MS, and when physical changes stop me from doing something. But I cannot dwell there. I choose life. Woo! 5 years ago, I was looking for a new physical challenge. I had been a marathon runner before my diagnosis, and although I don't run marathons anymore, I was looking for that kind of physical and mental challenge to push me to the edge of endurance. I found the Cape Cod Challenge Walk. Andrew and I, willing but scared, signed up. We trained, and we were ready. But I don't know if you're like me. But after 2 days and 40 miles on that Saturday night, my body was starting to crumble, and so were the walls that I surrounded myself with. That first year, I was completely unprepared for the emotional response that I have every year, but that I experienced that year. Waves of love and caring that radiate from this place at this time. I could feel it. I could almost touch it. Those waves of care and love carry us from year to year. It was, and it still is, an amazing time. And every year, I learn new things, meet new people, and have a great time. It's very difficult to describe this to someone who has not been here, but I think you know what I mean. Whatever your reason for being here, whether you have MS or someone you love has MS, the walk brings out the best in all of us, and you show how much you care. I believe that Mother Teresa said it best when she said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can all do small things with great love." And finally, gratitude. I want to say a few thank yous. I have so much to be thankful for because my MS has remained stable and I have so much fantastic support around me. I'd like to tell you about my team, my family and friends, Feet to Defeat MS. And this applies to your teams too, I know. They're an inspirational group of dedicated walkers and fundraisers. That first year, Andrew and I walked alone. The second year, our 2 daughters joined us. The third year, 3 friends came along in addition. Last year we had 14, and this year 15 walkers. We've got to know each other even more through our walking, and I thank each and every one of them from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. I am so humbled and grateful for my donors. They have supported me every year, and many have increased their support over the years. I am truly blessed to have all these people in my life. We're often afraid to ask people to help us, to give us money. But when we do it, we're usually rewarded with so many gifts. Who knew that through fundraising, I would rekindle friendships that had been neglected, find new friends, and strengthen relationships? And lastly, I want to thank all of you. Thank you for being here, whether you're walking, supporting us on crew, volunteering, giving us massages, cheering us on, or dedicating your life's work to MS. We will be closer to a cure after this weekend.